Evette Cardona, a lifelong activist, recently retired after 27 years of strengthening Chicago's communities as Vice President of Programs at the Polk Bros Foundation. Her first nonprofit position was with Christopher House, where Evette coordinated a program for adolescent mothers and their children. Transformed by that experience, she pursued her master's in social work at the University of Chicago Crown School, where she later returned as an instructor, teaching the next generation about the power and privilege of private money for public purpose. A Chicago-born Puerto Rican, Evette grew up in Bucktown, where she cut her teeth on community organizing around the Bucktown Arts Festival, joining artists in the fight against gentrification. After coming out as a lesbian, Evette focused her activism around LGBTQ+ rights in organizations such as Women of All Cultures and Colors Together, Amigas Latinas, and as a founding board member of the Center on Halsted. Evette often refers to the people that have influenced her as badass women, resilient, authentic, tough yet tender women who fight for what they believe in, never apologize for who they are, and never call it quits. YWCA Metropolitan Chicago is thrilled to honor badass woman Evette Cardona as an outstanding leader in community impact.
Oh, thank you. I'm really proud to be standing here before you receiving the Outstanding Leader in Community Impact Award. I can't tell you what it means to be called a badass woman, or as we say in Spanish, a chingona, and then be given an award for it in front of 1,000 people. Now that I'm retired, I feel, I shouldn't be getting awards, but one thing I have learned over the years is that when you are given flowers, you say thank you, and you hold them close, and you hold them tight. So thank you. So I want to thank all the YWCA staff, in particular, Nicole Robinson, who I have mad respect for, and thank all the board members for selecting me this year. I'm also proud to be getting this award, along with my fabulous partner honorees, right, Nadia Rollinson, here, right, and Alana Mayo, my new friends, too. The YWCA Metropolitan Chicago holds a special place in my heart because back in 1996, I completed my first year graduate school internship at what was then called the Women's Services Program. It was led by two badass women. Some of you might know Audrey Peoples, right, who's here, and Madeline Rich. They taught me what it truly means to help survivors of sexual abuse and sexual assault lean into their resiliency and rise. They also opened my eyes to the world of philanthropy. I still remember one evening during my internship, I walked into Madeline's office to ask about foundations, what is it, or something for a class assignment. She was there late, surrounded by papers, working on like a 10-page proposal that was due the very next day. But she still took the time to teach me, and she schooled me in the ins and outs of philanthropy. And that conversation turned out to be very prophetic, because the following year I began my second year internship at the Polk Bros Foundation, and for what was the start of what would become a 27-year career, and I just want to shout them out, they're over there. Polkies, my Polkies. And also Frank Bayaki, former Polkie, and Cindy Camacho, former Polkie, is in the audience too. Throughout these two work experiences, my internship and the short summer employment that I did at the YWCA, and my long and amazing career at the Polk Bros Foundation, I learned about the resilience of women and children, and I also learned about the resilience of nonprofit organizations, always doing more with less. And in that, I learned about my own resilience, because at the YWCA and Polk Bros, my identity as a lesbian was never questioned or judged. If anything, it was accepted and affirmed and meant the world to me. While I am a proud Latina lesbian, it took me a long time to come out publicly to say those words out loud. The truth I knew as a 7 or 8-year-old girl, that I was attracted to the energy and spirit of other girls, little g and big G, was a truth that I kept to myself until I was 30 years old. So when I started organizing in the LGBTQ community, I went all in, dove in the deep end. I joined LGBTQ Q boards and coalitions, co-founded Women of All Colors and Cultures Together and Amigas Latinas. Through Amigas, I finally found other Latina women who looked like me, who identified as I did, and in whose faces and hearts I saw resilience and saw myself reflected. Up till then, I never apologized for being Latina, and I would never apologize for being lesbian. So organizing and coalition building for a good 30 years has allowed me to continue to be strong and continue to rise. So while it feels like a strange time to be retiring, I continue to bear witness to that testament of strength and to the resilience of communities and the people who continue to rise: immigrants, women of color, transgender women and men, mothers, fathers, children, and all the allies standing strong alongside, saying, "Not this time." Their resilience gives me hope. It gives me courage, it gives me clarity, and I am truly honored and humbled to be recognized, affirmed, and celebrated today. Thank you very much.